Good morning.
Morning. Well, we are coming on a couple of minutes early here. Why, I don't know. It's live radio. and
Better to be early than never.
Somebody in the office works all these schedules, and Dan walks in the studio. We're supposed to have about 5 minutes. So we're going to have a little bit extra time, but we'll get caught up here shortly. I think you got my music logged in and everything. Okay, yeah, well, we're happening, folks. Let me see if Facebook's got us on there or not. Just take me a quick moment here, but yes, we are. We are on Facebook, so we should be on LinkedIn and Twitter as well. That's for those of you who like to stream us live. We are live. Oh, now we are. Okay, I had to edit the audience. I had to go from just me to the public.
Awesome.
So we are public on Facebook, and we should be on LinkedIn and Twitter as well. Good deal. All right. Well, we'll make this happen. Like I said, it's live radio. My name's Gary Rossignol. I'm called the Rock and Roll Realtor with Remax Preferred Group, and I'm proud to be a part of that group. What we like to do, Jason, every week is do a little trivia. Through the holidays, I did a Christmas trivia, and I did a New Year's trivia. Well, we're back to normal.
Okay.
Whatever normal is. I say normal is just a setting in your clothes dryer.
It's the new normal.
The new normal, that's right. So this is the new normal music trivia. Who are we? This is going to be for a $10 gift card to Starbucks. You just call us at 513-563-1480. And, of course, if you haven't won in the past 60 days, then you qualify and can win today if you can answer this question. In 1955, our hit song, Rock Around the Clock, hit the market and became the largest selling vinyl single of all time. Who are we? Should be pretty easy. Jason got it right off the bat.
You would think. You would think.
If you listen to this station very often, you listen to one of those other millennial stations, you probably go, who?
Or maybe you watched TV in the 80s.
Yeah, maybe.
Could be.
Shit, yeah. Oh, yeah, right, right. Happy Days?
Yeah, early 80s.
That's a good hint. That's a great hint, Jason. Oh, right. So you drove down from Williamsburg.
Correct.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a hike.
That is where the King of Kings live.
And your mother is the mayor?
She is and has been for a very long time.
Wow.
Yes.
She must be doing a good job.
She does a terrific job.
Or nobody cares. They just don't even.
Well, I can tell you, when it comes to Williamsburg, nobody cares about it more than she does.
Well, Williamsburg is kind of, I'm not saying this in the wrong way, but kind of a sleepy town.
It is.
It's a farming town.
It used to be.
A lot of open land.
Purina is out there now.
Oh, okay.
They just built a massive building. It may be the biggest building in Ohio.
Chalk it up to the mayor.
Yeah, and they're getting ready to build another one. They haven't even opened this one yet.
Wow.
And the one they just built is a dry dog food facility. The new one's a wet dog food facility. So, I don't know if you know the pet industry itself is
it's huge.
It's the second biggest industry in the United States.
Yeah,
it's like $2 billion in sales last year.
Well, everybody has fluffy, major, puppy, kitty. We've got a Mo.
Yeah, I have an Anook, a husky. Jack has a Boca. Everybody I know has
Everybody's
a pet.
got a pet. Yeah.
And they're parts of your family.
And yeah,
yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well, I've done whole shows just on pets.
I bet.
Yeah,
I could talk about my dog all day.
Most people can.
Yeah, I love him.
I met with a senior citizen, a lady. She has one daughter that lives in England and another one in Texas, and she's here. Her husband passed away 9 years ago, and her kids want her to go into a retirement home. And
yeah.
She don't want to.
Right.
And she has her 2 little puppy dogs.
Sure.
She has a social life. Physically, she gets up and down the steps. I just said, Peggy, just stay.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you've got it all. You've got what you need.
And if you can make that environment safe for them, a lot of older people or people that have been in a single spot for 40, 50, 60 years, they've collected things over the time. And why not age at home if you're able to?
Age in place. That's right.
And if you have a caring support system around you who are making sure that your hallways are clear and you can get to and from the exits. That's kind of where we can help a lot of people. We love going into somebody's house and helping them reclaim space that they haven't had for years, and just the look on their face when they get that space back, and knowing that the stuff that we're taking out isn't going to the dump or the landfill, it's going to a new home. It's going to create a new memory with a new family member. I think that's a great process.
Yeah. Well, Jack Brindamore and Junk King is a very essential part of a nonprofit organization that I was involved in putting together called Cincinnati Aging Resource Experts.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. We meet seniors and their adult caregivers and help them reclaim their space. We work hand in hand with Everything But the House. I've heard stories from Everything But the House where they didn't realize that they had such valuables in their home.
Right.
And when they take care of the valuable stuff, then they call in Junk King, and you cleared out many, many homes for me.
Yeah. The biggest part for me is people put different values on different things for different reasons. And we're able to appreciate the value that they put on the mundane, an entertainment center that most people aren't going to use ever again. We're going to
from
try
the 50s.
Yeah, we're going to try. There's a market for that kind of stuff. We work with New Life Furniture, who is able to reclaim a lot of those items and get those in new homes and create new memories.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jason, it all started back in 2011. It was basically a dream that Pete McCreary had.
That's right.
And he got that dream and that will to build something that I know he's looking down from heaven and smiling because, his dream has come true. His story is very unique. He was trying to help his family, and there was no service that did this kind of stuff.
Not one that would keep this stuff out of the landfill. That was the hardest part for him.
Yeah.
He was transitioning his mother-in-law into a new facility, and they were downsizing. And he was just heartbroken about all the stuff that was going in the landfill that she had attached, value to, and that he actually saw that had actual value. So he found Junk King online.
Yeah.
And Junk King started in 2005 in San Francisco with a mission of reclaiming 60%, up to 60% of everything they picked up.
And he's surpassed that. I mean, you have.
Well, I believe that we should donate and recycle up to 100% of everything we touch. That's what separates us from our competition. And we live it and do it every day.
And Pete started it in Cincinnati, and on his demise, he's left in the capable hands of his wife and Jack Brindamore. And you have now gone into the Dayton market.
Yep.
You've moved down to the Louisville market.
Correct.
You've to lower carbon footprint, and I want to ask you, what does that mean by opening your East facility?
So we also have one in Northern Kentucky in Covington. The thing is, like, the trucks, they leave a big footprint behind them.
Okay.
Wherever they go, you're burning fuel, you're burning resource man hours, all these things that when you segment out into a smaller community, you're able to keep those trucks in that location and service those areas around it without driving all the way back to Sharonville every single time.
Gotcha.
So, we have 27 trucks in the area. So to keep those routes, minimal and increasing your service area at the same time, it's just vital. And, going out to the east side, we're able to serve the Loveland, Madeira, Indian Hill, Williamsburg, and West, the West Claremont region, which is Anderson and Union Township, Miami Township, and all the areas in between, Batavia, Felicity, all the way down to the river. We're going to be able to service that too. So we're super excited about it. We've been servicing some of these parts for since 2000 and
just driving further.
We've just been driving for hours. And if you've ever been on the east side after 3 o'clock, trying to get back to Sharonville, it's going to be a couple hours. So, these things just lower our footprint, make us more amenable to the communities that we serve.
That's really cool. That's fun. And the goal is to repurpose or recycle up to 100% of what you pick up. So, explain the difference between repurposing and recycling.
Repurposed items are typically items that aren't using the purpose that they were made for. So, trying to think like
old bicycles.
Old bicycles that could be yard art or something like that, or people can take an old bicycle and build a new one out of it. That would be more of a recycle or reclaim project. Barrels, just old barrels, people can use those things and repurpose them and make new things out of them. They make benches out of them, just different things, that you can do that you wouldn't think. But the biggest part of what we do is we find an item and we get it into the hands of a nonprofit, which we service like 50 of them here in Cincinnati.
Right.
We get those in the hands of the nonprofit that has a need, that has a unique or a desire for that item.
I know you supply stuff to New Life Furniture Bank and Matthew 25 Ministries, Habitat for Humanities, and the list goes on and on.
Mm-hmm.
What's unique that I find really interesting is that you have that huge warehouse in Sharonville on Gondola Street, which you have parceled off sections for each of these nonprofits.
Yep.
So as your trucks come in, the guys separate. They go, oh, this would be good for Matthew 25. This would be good for New Life.
Yeah.
This would be good for and they come by once a week and pick up the stuff.
Sometimes twice a week. Yeah, it's a massive operation. We have Sean and Brian who are our warehouse guys that whenever a truck rolls in and they go right to it, they're out there. Sarah comes out and starts identifying things that can be reclaimed and kept out of the landfill. Let's face it, going to the landfill costs money and it's expensive, and a lot of these items don't necessarily need to be in the landfill.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, sometimes you do have to go there, whether you want to or not. Sometimes there's mold or some kind of uncomfortable situation, but for the most part, everything comes back. Even our mini dumpster service. Our mini dumpster drivers are trained to identify things before they even cover the box up and get it on the truck, so that we know what's coming back. And we get excited when the guys call in and say, hey, we got something for Matthew 25 coming back. They're going to love this.
Mm-hmm.
It's all medical supplies, and we're like, yes, that goes straight to Matthew 25. And it's all about keeping your carbon footprint low, giving back to the community, and working as a team to make these things happen.
If you're tuned in, we did come online or went on the air about 5 minutes early. So you're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour, which kicked off at 8:55. and if you did tune in right at 9 o'clock, you probably missed the trivia question. So here it is again. In 1955, our hit Rockin' Around the Clock hit the market and became the biggest selling vinyl single of all time. Who are we? Who made Rock Around the Clock the number one vinyl single rock and roll song of all time? And I believe it still is. If you heard the song, you say, oh, that's who that was. It's one of those things. So call us at 513-563-1480. If you haven't won in the past 60 days and you qualify and can win today, it's for a $10 gift card to Starbucks. I'm sitting here talking to the Chief Operating Officer with Junk King. His name is Jason Lefker. And, you got a big job.
Keeps me busy.
But the thing about Junk King is I haven't met any of your employees that have not been excited about working there. We go to Texas Roadhouse every first Wednesday of the month because they give 10% of your entire bill to the Dragonfly Foundation. So we had a group of 20 people there Wednesday night. And they have on the back of their shirts, I love my job.
Yeah.
And you can tell it.
Yeah,
I mean, they're excited.
It's a culture thing. Let's face it, we help people. It's a different job. And I try to explain this to people, and it's hard for them to grasp the concept of when you're doing something that is genuinely helping people do things they can't do for themselves or they don't want to do for themselves. And there's that instant gratification on every single job.
Yeah.
That makes that makes you feel good, and then you see what your labor does on the back half of it with the stuff that we reclaim, the people that we help. Who wouldn't want to do that?
Right. And I know the difference between Junk King and all the other removal companies is based on your employees, and that's one of the other dreams that Pete had when he formed the company, was to bring in some young kids. They have a driver's license. If they want to work, they want to learn a profession, they want to learn how to deal well with the public, join our company.
Yeah.
And you train them, you teach them proper. I know all three of my daughters worked at Kings Island back in the day.
Yeah.
And what a great place to learn how to work.
Yeah.
To do a good job. And they have been very successful, and every one of them would say that there's part of their successes of today is based on the training that they got when they worked at Kings Island, because they trained their folks to do that.
Our work, working for us is a little bit like having a life job, because you're learning life skills. You're learning how to do things, remove things, take things apart, put things together. And you're making a lot of connections in the city because you're always on the road. You're going into a new area every hour and a half. You're in a new spot and you're meeting new people. So when we try to grow our guys, we're a grow them, not show them the door kind of business. Our guys typically are younger. We work with a lot of colleges, and we give them an app where they control their schedule so they can, determine their work schedule, whether they're working on a Friday or a Saturday or whether they're off that day. That's entirely up to them. And they our best recruiting for new workers are our current employees, because it's fun. It's a good job. It's teamwork, and we help people. So it's very satisfying.
Yeah, I have with me quite a few of these coupons. They're $50 off for a truckload at Junk King. If you have stuff, if you want to reclaim your garage space, if your shed is busting and you still have lawn stuff to be put in there and you can't fit it in because you got all this stuff that you'll never use again. If the back side of your house is piling up with a bunch of trash and old tree trim limbs and whatnot, or if your basement is just full of all that stuff, and you even do document destruction.
Absolutely.
And you certify that it was actually destructed.
Yep, we'll handle those. And we recycle all that stuff.
Realtors, I know. I mean, we were told years ago you got to keep all your files for 7 years. Well, everything went electronic and everything's on computers and in the cloud and whatever. But we still have all those boxes of all these files down through the years. I had 30, 40 boxes full of documents, and you got to load them up and you got to drive them over to Blue Ash to some place, and just call Junk King. They'll come out and they'll load it up. They'll destroy it for you. They'll give you a certification that it was destroyed. Wow.
And it's not going to the dump.
Exactly, right. I would like to express my gratitude to all our troops, veterans, first responders, and our heroes in service and health care. That is our nurses, doctors, nurses' aides, our health care staff, the EMT staff, our police and firefighters. So often they deal with life and death situations, and especially during this pandemic. Thank them and keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And we saw them in action Monday night at Paycor.
Sure did.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. There's a young man who's very, very grateful to be alive today, and we've got to hand it to our first responders who were there, lickety-split, and they took good care of him. The Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by Junk King, Cincinnati, Dayton, and Louisville. You can reach them at 888-888-JUNK, J-U-N-K, or 5865. Call them today.
Call me right now.
Well, you're on, but right after the show.
I'm not going to answer. Somebody will.
Call that number right now. You could probably go out later today.
Absolutely. And if you tell them that you heard us on the radio this morning, we will honor this coupon right here, $50 off a full load.
There you go, $50 off a whole truckload. That's a heck of a deal. Then we'll have to talk on the break. Maybe we'll just give a double dose to somebody who wants it.
Sure.
All right, there you go. After our break, we're going to have a moment with Myles, and then we're going to find out, I want to find out, what the heck is Styrofoam? You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 1480 AM, now on FM 99.5 and 107.9.
Junk King is your full-service junk and debris removal service and the greenest junk removal business in the tri-state. Recycling up to 60% of everything they haul. From a single TV to hot tubs, sheds, basement cleanouts, and commercial hauling, Junk King can haul it all. No worry, your on-site estimate is always free. Serving all of Greater Cincinnati, Dayton, and Northern Kentucky. Call 1-888-888-JUNK. That's 888-888-5865. Or look them up on the web. junk-king.com.
Are you looking for a taste of New Orleans? Then come to Brew River 100% Scratch Creole Kitchen, using only the best ingredients, including Ohio Amish chicken and local sustainable beef. In addition to authentic Creole cuisine, Brew River features a unique blend of live jazz, blues, and roots every Tuesday through Sunday. Tuesday is Twirlers Tuesday, with classic blues rock from the Twirlers. Every Wednesday is Stuck in the Middle with You with Everything's Jake, performing your favorite classic 70s, 80s, and 90s songs, in addition to happy hour all night long and Wine Wednesday. Half-price bottles of wine. Oysters on the half shell every Thursday. And don't forget to join us on Sundays for our New Orleans brunch from 10 till 3. Are you planning a special event? Brew River can accommodate private parties from 20 to 150 guests. For great live entertainment and a taste of New Orleans, make plans for Brew River Creole Kitchen on Eastern Avenue at the Levee and make a reservation online at brewrivercreolekitchen.com. Taste like New Orleans, craft like Cincy. Brew River Creole Kitchen.
Take a step back away from the hurried life you live today and relax. Take a stroll through the Covered Bridge Antique Mall. For the past 29 years, Covered Bridge Antique Mall has been the go-to shop for treasure and bargain hunters from the tri-state and beyond. Beautiful antiques, jewelry collectibles, and one-of-a-kind items. Covered Bridge Antique Mall, a truly unique shopping experience. 7508 Hamilton Avenue in the heart of historic Mount Healthy. 513-521-6739 or visit their Facebook page. Covered Bridge Antique Mall is open Tuesday through Sunday, 10 till 5, closed Monday, following all state recommended safety guidelines.
Shop limited time deals at the Truckload event at Lowe's, happening now. Save big on your favorites across the store. During this event, get up to 50% off select tools and accessories. Plus, find the perfect floor tile for your home for less. Get up to 50% off select styles while you can. Head to your local Lowe's store or visit Lowes.com to shop the Truckload event today. Valid 12/29 through 1/25 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowes.com for details. Discount taken at time of purchase.
Oh, get on. Let's rock the house.
Thanks for listening and watching. We are on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter as we speak. My name is Gary Rossignol, certified residential specialist, better known as Cincinnati's rock and roll realtor with RE/MAX Preferred Group, the largest RE/MAX brokerage in the entire state of Ohio. And this is the time that the captain of our ship, Mr. Myles Beersford, calls in and gives us his thoughts for the day. This we kindly like to call A Moment with Myles. Good morning, Myles.
Hey, Gary, rock and roll, my friend. Gary, according to Realtors Confidence Index survey, home shoppers are showing less willingness to waive appraisals, home inspections, or contract contingencies during the purchase of a home compared with just a few months ago. 19% of buyers waived the inspection contract contingency in December, down from a peak of 27% in July. 21% of buyers waived the appraisal contract contingency, down from a peak of 29% in June. Buyers are also less willing to waive other contract contingencies like a financial contingency, a home sale contingency, or a title contingency. With home prices continuing to rise, buyers are making sure they are getting their money's worth. The median existing home sales price increased to $358,000, making a jump of nearly 16% year over year, according to our data. And that's this morning's Moment with Myles.
That's some really good stuff, Myles, and I'm so glad that you brought that up because people are often asking, well, we'll just wait till spring to buy. We'll wait till spring to put our house on the market. Well, no, this is a good time. Buyers are getting pre-approved. Property is available. Home prices are not going to take a dip. Home prices are going to stay solid. So if you're thinking about selling your home, this is a good time to do that. You probably will not get the $20,000 and $30,000 and $50,000 over asking price bids. We're not going to have 10, 12, 15, 18, 20 offers bidding against each other. You will sell your home not in 10, 12 hours. It may take a week, 10 days. But your home is going to sell. The buyers are out there. I'm meeting at 11:30 with a buyer who bought this house 10 years ago. I helped him. He got engaged, and they're thinking of buying. They live in the UC area right now, and he's thinking about moving closer north where his fiancée works. So, the real estate market is complicated. And we're going to just say, don't go it alone. Hire a professional. Better yet, call me. I'll be happy to help you out. But, yeah, you definitely don't want to waive those contingencies, especially home inspections. Oh, no. You don't want to waive that. That's something that, and we have a specific contract which spells everything out for you. Anyhow, later on the show, we're going to have a visit with Bill Kerrigan of the Dragonfly Foundation. And next week, my guest is Tino Pucci, and he is the owner of Mobile Radon Diagnostics. That is a little known fact that you need to know about, something that everyone needs to be aware of. Radon is everywhere, and high levels of radon is the second leading cause for lung cancer, and people don't know that, so we'll get into that next week. I'm grateful to all my regular listeners each week. Just to name a few, I want to send out a special hi to Carol from South Lebanon, Betty Sanders, Steve Zinzer, Felicia from Mason, Jane Reel, Mike and Nancy Little from Indiana, who are actually in Florida, and he already sent out a big hi on Facebook, Harry Eberly, my family, and all the many realtor friends that tune in each week. If you have a question for us, or if you'd like to claim your $50 off coupon for Junk King, and we do have a trivia question winner, Craig Donahoe from Alexandria, Kentucky, call with the right answer. We're going to leave it open through this segment. Rock Around the Clock hit the market and became the largest selling vinyl single of all time. Who Are We? 513-563-1480. And I'm going to sweeten the deal. I'm going to give you a $50 off coupon to Junk King, along with your $10 gift card to Starbucks. And if you call up and say, I heard you on the radio, I want a Junk King coupon, we'll give you two.
Sure.
Jason said we'll do a $100 off.
Yeah.
There you go. Can't beat that with a stick. That's great. So, what is styrofoam?
Styrofoam. It's everywhere.
My cat loves to eat it.
Well, it never decomposes. It never goes away.
Oh my gosh.
So anything made out of that stuff, it stays forever. And it's also like, I want to get this number right, but I think it's like 90% air. So, it just blows out and it just takes up a lot of space.
So why does my cat like to eat it?
I don't know. Maybe because you have a weird cat, Gary.
It is a weird. He is a weird cat.
What cat isn't weird? I'm more of a dog person. But so we have a machine now. We're one of the only ones in Cincinnati that has one. It's called a desensitizer, something like that. Desanitize. What is it called?
Densifier.
It's a densifier. Yeah, I'm trying to make it more complicated than it is. It's a densifier. But what it does, it breaks all that down, takes it down, and it puts it in a 60-to-1 block.
Okay.
So you can a lot of styrofoam into a little bitty block, and we keep it out of the landfill. We get it back to a recycler, and it's used
and they reuse it
for
again.
new stuff. Yeah, because it never goes away.
Yeah,
never goes away.
Wow. I mean, and you get those peanuts and packages that you get. You open the package, those peanuts fly everywhere.
It's all styrofoam, and it never decomposes.
Every piece of electronics that you buy, you've got the molded styrofoam box that it goes in.
And every piece of that, stereo or whatever will eventually decompose, but the wrapping it's in will not. It never decomposes.
Wow.
Never. It's a very long time. And you can't get your head around how long that actually is.
So if somebody's got a bunch of styrofoam at home, and rather than put it in the trash, drop it off at Gondola.
You can drop it off to us. We can come and get it from you. And the more styrofoam, the better for us. We keep it out of the landfill, and like I said, it never decomposes.
A lot of people don't call it junk. It's just stuff that they don't want anymore, right?
That's right. When I first started working for Junk King, I thought, oh man, do I really want to work for a company named Junk King? I now wear that badge of honor proudly, because I realize that junk is a term that people will use differently all day. What you may consider junk, he may consider treasure. So our job is not to judge whether or not it's junk or treasure. It's to bring it back to the warehouse and let the professionals decide.
And there's something we didn't touch on last segment we were going to is you've actually take trash and turn it into treasures, and Jack has opened up. It's called King's Treasures.
King's Treasures, yeah. It's a separate business entity, but we use items that we don't donate or we don't recycle. Some of them, we're able to sell. So we clean them. We go through all the proper processes to keep things clean and make sure that it's safe to go into somebody else's home, and then we sell it. And if you come into our warehouse or our showroom, you'll see our prices are priced to move. So if you can imagine a nice sectional couch, $50.
Wow.
Yeah, and we have those all day.
And the neat thing is he designates a different charity every month to get a portion of the profits.
Yep, we share a portion of our profits every month with a different nonprofit. And this month it is, it's Care Portal. This month is Care Portal. Last month was Maya's. There's so many nonprofits.
Yeah, I forget.
And I know we did the Dragonfly was the first one. So it's exciting, and we're doing a lot of good stuff with it. We're helping a lot of people and keeping stuff out of the landfill, and it's so happy and satisfying.
I know we had our daughters gone. They've got their own homes, their families, yet they left their footprint behind.
In your basement?
A lot of stuff. Basement, upstairs, a whole closet, and we've got a clothing drive coming by Tuesday morning, which is good. It's helping the retired military and children's cancer, which is kind of cool. So we have
their boxes in our warehouse.
A lot of clothes for that. But man, you guys come and you fill your truck. We get our money's worth.
I can tell you, I tell people all the time, our guys could put in our 18 cubic yard dumpster what most people can put in a 30-yard dumpster because we do it all day long.
Right. Tune in on Sunday nights at 7 o'clock right here on WDJO for John Englehart and Soda Shop Sunday. If you like the good oldies and want to be entertained, that's from 7 to 10 o'clock every Sunday night. The Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by Junk King, Cincinnati, Dayton, and Louisville. Just call 888-888-JUNK or 5865. Call that number right now. They probably can come out this afternoon and clear out that garage so you can get your car in the garage. Mary Jo's so happy. She can get her car in the garage now. Oh, my gosh. For years, it was full of stuff. Don't touch that dial. Coming up next is my music history. And then winter storm cleanup can be a pain, but not with Junk King. They can help you. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 1480 AM, now on FM 99.5 and 107.9.
Cincinnati's Oldies Network, WDJO and Omar are proud to present the music of the greatest entertainer of all time, Elvis Presley. The Elvis Tribute Artist Spectacular Special 2023 edition returns to the Aronoff Saturday, January 21st, featuring Sean Clush, Ryan Pelton, and new Elvis artist sensation Riley Jenkins. Special guests include the Blackwood Quartet and the Fabulous Ambassadors Band. Don't wait. Tickets on sale now at CincinnatiArts.org. The Elvis Tribute Artist Spectacular, Saturday, January 21st at the Aronoff.
When you need the expertise of a top-notch plumbing company, it's Zinn's Plumbing you ought to call. Oh, they may be at the bottom of the alphabetical listing, but the service and pricing of Zinn's Plumbing puts them at the head of the class. They don't keep you waiting for hours on end on appointment calls. Zinn's Plumbing works within a 2-hour time frame, so you don't waste your time waiting for a service technician. And when a Zinn's plumber comes to solve your problem, you can feel confident the job will be done right. With Zinn's Plumbing, you'll always know what the cost will be before they start. They bill on a flat rate basis instead of an inefficient hourly billing system. Zinn's state-of-the-art trucks carry thousands of parts to complete your job with no needless delays. Well-trained professional plumbing technicians and courteous customer service are the hallmark of Zinn's Plumbing. It's a local family business proudly serving Greater Cincinnati since 1976. They can probably schedule your appointment today. Give Zinn's Plumbing a call at 681-2501. 681-2501. Zinn's Plumbing.
How many times have you called an automotive service shop to get work done on your car just to find out they're backed up for 2 weeks or more? Hi, I'm Robert Nolan of John Nolan Auto Service. John Nolan Auto Service is ready right now to work on your car. We can do anything from a simple oil change, new tires, brakes, or an entire engine overhaul. Our ASC certified technicians can do it all and at a fair price. So if you're hearing strange noises in your vehicle, call John Nolan Auto Service at 859-261-8833 for an appointment today. John Nolan Auto Service, trusted in Cincinnati for over 50 years, is located on 4th Street in Newport, Kentucky, just across from the World Peace Bell. Call us at 859-261-8833 for your appointment today.
Vonderhaar's Catering, Inc. has been serving the Cincinnati and tri-state area for 54 years. Over those years, Vonderhaar's style of catering and scope of services has changed and evolved, but their commitment to serving a quality product with exceptional service has not wavered. Vonderhaar's provides any setup and level of service, from casual or elegant buffets or food stations to plated dinner service. Along with striving to provide excellent quality food and service, Vonderhaar's takes pride in the personal attention they give each customer, allowing you to be a guest at your own event. For your next catering event, contact Vonderhaar's Catering at 513-554-1969 or visit vonderhaars.com.
This man has sold millions upon millions upon millions of records all over the world. He's put together an album of the 12 great rock and roll songs that he could think of. One of them had to be his because this was probably one of the biggest records of all time. It's 6 years old now and just as new as today. This one's called Rock Around the Clock. Bill Haley.
This is one of my favorite parts of the show. It's time for Gary's music history. And on this day in 1955, Rock Around the Clock by Bill Haley and his Comets entered the chart for the first time. The original full title of the song was We're Gonna Rock Around the Clock Tonight, and is often cited as the biggest selling vinyl rock and roll single of all time with sales over 25 million. And on this day in 1971, Black Sabbath released Paranoid, their second studio album in the U.S. The album features the band's best-known signature songs, including this one, Iron Man, and War Pigs. The album was originally titled War Pigs, but allegedly the record company changed it to Paranoid, fearing backlash from supporters of the ongoing Vietnam War. And on this day in 1972, David Bowie released Changes as a single. The track peaked at number 41 on the U.S. chart. This was the last song Bowie performed live on stage before his retirement from live performances at the end of 2006 when he joined Alicia Keys at the Black Ball fundraiser at New York's Hammersville Ballroom. And on this day in 1980, Pink Floyd released Another Brick in the Wall Part 2 in the U.S. The single peaked at number 1 on both the U.S. and U.K. charts, giving Pink Floyd their first and only number 1 hit single. The single went to number 1 in many countries, including Australia, Germany, and Italy. It's number 1 in my book, I'll tell you. One of those bands I wish I'd seen live. On this day in 1998, American record producer Owen Bradley died at the age of 82. Along with Chet Atkins and Bob Ferguson, he was one of the chief architects of the 1950s and 1960s Nashville sound in country music and rockabilly. Bradley produced artists such as this lady, Patsy Cline, Brenda Lee, Loretta Lynn, Lenny D, and Conway Twitty. And on this day in 2010, according to Nielsen SoundScan's final 2009 figures, Michael Jackson was the best-selling artist of the year, moving 8,286,000 units. 40 years after their breakup, the Beatles were still the best-selling group thanks to their remastered catalog, which sold 3,282,000 copies. Digital downloads, however, were a different story. Lady Gaga was the queen of downloads, selling, get this, 15,297,000 digital tracks. Black Eyed Peas, Michael Jackson, Taylor Swift, all finished in the vicinity of 12 million digital units. And on this day in 2020, Neil Peart, the drummer and lyricist for the Canadian rock band Rush, died from brain cancer at the age of 67. He placed at number 4 in Rolling Stone's list of all-time greatest drummers. Peart was well known for his technical proficiency and animated live performances. Wow. Born on this day back in 1948, his born name is Kenneth Clark Loggins. We know him as Kenny Loggins. He is an American guitarist, singer, and songwriter. His early songs were recorded with the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band in 1970, which led to 7 albums recorded as Loggins of Messina from 1972 to 77. His early soundtrack contributions date back to A Star is Born in 1976, and he is known as the king of the movie soundtrack. As a solo artist, Loggins experienced a string of soundtrack successes, including an Academy Award nomination for this song, Footloose, in 1985. So I hope these history notes brought you as much fun as I had while researching them for you. I'm called the Rock and Roll Realtor because I play with the greatest classic rock band in Cincinnati. You can hear us live on February the 11th at Jim and Jack's on the River for the Valentine's Dance. And in the meantime, tomorrow, January the 8th, I play the other kind of music too with the Westchester Symphony, and now I'm with the St. Michael Orchestra with the St. Michael Choir. We're doing an Epiphany concert tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. So come on by at St. Michael's Church on Spinner Avenue in Sharonville, and keep that holiday spirit going. It's going to be beautiful, beautiful concert. And later on this month, and I do have some free passes, just call 513-563-1480. Say you want a free pass to the Cincinnati Remodeling Expo. That's going to be in Sharonville, January 20 to 22 and 27 to 29. It's only, I think, $5 intermission, and you get free parking, 2 free admissions. Just give us a call. I'll send those out to you. So there you go. Took care of business. This winter brought some heavy storms.
It's freezing cold.
None like we've seen in a long time. Mm-hmm. And I love your website. You've got some pretty nasty pictures of the trucks out there moving the snow around. What caught my eye was this picture, the house with the trees, branches that broke off, and they're all iced up, and they're probably still sitting in that front yard.
They're waiting for spring.
Waiting for spring. Right. Don't wait for spring, folks.
Get that out of there now.
Call Junk King today. That's 888-888-JUNK. And if you call them right now, they could probably send somebody out and clean up that front yard for you. So there's no sense in...
It's a beautiful day for it, I can tell you that.
It is. It is. If you don't want a truck of professionals to come to your home, you can rent a dumpster.
Absolutely. So we offer the 12 cubic yard dumpster. Our dumpsters are designed to go anywhere you can put a car. So they're not the big 30 to 40 yard dumpsters that you see in parking lots and whatnot. Ours are designed for basically the weekend warrior. You get it for 3 days. You fill it up, we bring it back, and we'll go through it, find out any reclaimables items that we can find, and it's a little bit cheaper than a full service. You're going to save a little bit of money, but you're doing the work yourself. So,
now, will these coupons work with the dumpsters?
Let me see what we have on the coupons on the back of these. No, they are not good on the dumpsters, unfortunately. We don't actually make a lot of money on dumpsters. It's such a small margin because we're there twice.
Right.
We got to drop off and pick up, and
they don't damage your driveway.
No, we have the polycarbon wheels that keep the driveway nice and clean and don't cause any cracks or anything. We have some of the best drop-off drivers in the world. You know, they can put it basically anywhere that you can put a car. They can get that dumpster in there. I don't care the turn or
back
the angle.
it into your garage.
We can that can be done. I mean, if your garage is big enough and you feel comfortable doing that, we could do that. You just roll it off and push it back. It's on the wheels, It's not like it's dragging across your driveway.
Very interesting.
So for sure. And we've put them inside buildings before. We've had them in warehouses, and so they're very unique in that they can be put in a lot of smaller spots that you wouldn't think you could put a dumpster.
So you got a lot of options. You can just basically call.
The best option always is to give us a call, let us come out, give you a free estimate. And then, like I told you before, our guys are efficient. They're quick. They know what they're doing.
You don't charge by the hour.
No.
You don't charge by the man. You charge by volume.
We charge by how much room does it take on our truck. We have people that order dumpsters, and, after we go out there and drop it off, they realize, oh, man, this is a lot of work, and this is I'm not getting nearly what I thought I was going to get in this thing. Whereas if you just called us and let us come out and look at it, give you an estimate, and hey, we can get this done in 30 minutes. Can you imagine getting your basement clean in like an hour? What would take you months to do? Because what you're going to do is you're going to get yourself caught up and reminiscing about, oh my gosh, I remember this. Next thing you know, you're looking at one item for an hour.
What I thought was really unique, I mean, you've been out 2-3 times, I guess. We've done 3 truckloads already. We still got another truckload we're working on now. But your guys can pack it so compact. I mean, they were bringing more stuff. I says, you guys, you don't have enough room. He says, oh, yeah, we got it.
Yeah, we got room.
You're kidding.
We'll make room.
No. We got it. We got this.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing all this other stuff, and the truck is all, and they're up in there, and they're moving things around. Sure enough, they got it all in there.
And it's a process. So, we want to pull everything off the truck that we can once we get back to the warehouse. So we'll the guys start that process when they load the truck. They know on this side of the truck goes these items because the guys are going to pull those off first.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
So what have we learned today, Jason? Number 1, Styrofoam is almost all air.
It never decomposes.
And Rockin' Around the Clock is one of the biggest selling vinyl rock and roll singles of all time.
And it was the first intro to Happy Days.
That's right.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. Yep, there we go. So stay with us, folks. Next, we're going to have a visit with Bill Kerrigan of the Dragonfly Foundation. He always has some neat stuff to share. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 1480 AM, now on FM 99.5 and 107.9.
Junk King is your full-service junk and debris removal service and the greenest junk removal business in the tri-state. Recycling up to 60% of everything they haul. From a single TV to hot tubs, sheds, basement cleanouts, and commercial hauling, Junk King can haul it all. No worry, your on-site estimate is always free. Serving all of Greater Cincinnati, Dayton, and Northern Kentucky. Call 1-888-888-JUNK. That's 888-888-5865. Or look them up on the web, junk-king.com.
Happy New Year, Cincinnati! America's greatest hot rod tradition is back. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Cavalcade of Customs. January 13th through 15th at the Duke Energy Center. Don't miss Survivor's Alley with America's best traditional hot rods. Featuring barn finds, customs and bobbers, historic drag racing cars. And on Saturday, the Pinup Girl Contest. See all 5 zingers. The crazy miniature hot rods that made history. Meet Jeff Lutz from Street Outlaws and see his new 57 Chevy. Come celebrate American superstars of the 70s. The Minor Coupe from American Graffiti. Cindy Williams from Laverne and Shirley. Mackenzie Phillips from One Day at a Time. Friday it's Catherine Bach and Tom Wopat from Dukes of Hazzard. And don't miss Henry Winkler from Happy Days on Friday and Saturday. Sunday meet wrestling star John Moxley. Cavalcade of Customs. January 13th through 15th at the Duke Energy Center. Discount tickets at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Part of the Summit Racing Equipment Show Car Series. See worldofwheels.com for more info.
Jean Robert's French Crust Cafe and Bistro is open Wednesday through Sunday for breakfast and lunch. Located at 1801 Elm Street near historic Findlay Market, Jean Robert's French Crust and Bistro features classic pastries, wonderful quiche, and eggs Benedict served in a unique and eclectic atmosphere. Experience Jean Robert's French Crust and Bistro's full bar with a great selection of French wines, champagne-inspired cocktails, and of course, the French Crust and Bistro's house-made Bloody Mary. Enjoy dinner Thursday through Saturday at Jean Robert's French Crust and Bistro, featuring escargot, steak frite, and a delicious monthly rotating menu for carry-out, dine-in, and outdoor cafe seating. So come to Jean Robert's French Crust and Bistro, located near Findlay Market, 1801 Elm Street. For reservations, call 513-455-3720 or visit FrenchCrustCafe.com.
Get on. Let's rock the house.
You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour with yours truly, Gary Rossignol. I am your senior real estate specialist with RE/MAX Preferred Group. RE/MAX is the largest RE/MAX brokerage in the entire state of Ohio, and I'm so happy and proud to be part of that. We heard from Myles Beersford, the captain of our ship, along with his lovely wife, Christine. They run a tight ship. They do a really good job, similar to what Junk King does. You guys have to be really well organized to be in Dayton, Louisville, Cincinnati. You're in Sharonville. You just you're down in Covington.
Yep.
You open a place in Eastgate.
Milford.
Yeah. I mean, and to man all that space in the warehouse and the King's Treasures store and over 30 nonprofits, it's mind-boggling.
We're very busy. We have a great team. You know, we have Jack, obviously, who is the captain of the ship here.
I don't know how he does it. I mean, he does that. I know he got his real estate license. I don't think he does a lot with that.
He's on the board of the Dragonfly.
Board of the Dragonfly Foundation. He's on the board with the Cincinnati Aging Resource Experts. Has twins that are 3 years old now.
Mm-hmm. And
wow.
And Jackson is a whole thing.
Yeah. So. Jackson's almost a teenager now.
Yeah. No, he's still a little boy. He's what, 6 or 7.
Won't be long.
We also have, Steve Jordan, who's our CFO, and he's listening right now. Hi, Steve. He does a great job keeping that part in line. And then we have Julie Heil, who is our administrative assistant, and she really makes things happen. So,
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, the Dragonfly Foundation supports pediatric cancer families and patients by an amazing feat. They build a network that connects Dragonfly families to each other and the community, and they provide programs to enhance their quality of life. These programs are in partner with the greatest children's hospital in the country, our very own Cincinnati Children's Hospital. I'm so grateful to have this gentleman on my show each week. He's on the board of directors of the Dragonfly Foundation. He is their number one cheerleader, their number one fan for years. This is my friend, Mr. Bill Kerrigan. Good morning, Bill.
Hey, good morning, Gary. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So you asked me to ask you about Boyd Gaming in Belterra Park. This is some major players. This is some big money.
A big organization. Boyd is a nationally known gaming company. They have casinos and racetracks and other gaming facilities all over the country. But through a relationship that we've been nurturing, recently this year, Boyd Gaming, which is a family-owned business and a very philanthropic organization, decided to partner with the Dragonfly Foundation, and they have started this partnership by writing a check for $25,000 to the Dragonfly Foundation.
Wow, that's huge.
And so I was with Christine Knightsky and Bob Brown, who is the chair of our board of directors. We all went down, Ali Brokaw and a number of others. We went down to Belterra Park. They have a beautiful, beautiful dining room facility there. I think it's called the Chef's Table. And we had a wonderful lunch, and Christine told the story of the Dragonfly Foundation, and they presented us a check for $25,000, and that's not the end of it, Gary. We're going to be working on a calendar of events with Belterra Park and Boyd Gaming, so we really look forward to building this partnership, hopefully for years and years to come.
There you go. That's the way it works. It starts with you, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to help the Dragonfly Foundation, $25,000 sounds great and wonderful, but a company like Boyd Gaming and Belterra Park, they can afford that. And they're doing their part to help the community. But you can do your part as well. And you know what? I know that Bill and his group of volunteers can make $5 go a long way. And you can do that right now, ladies and gentlemen. Just text the word WINGS15 to 71777. $5 is all we're asking. That's WINGS15 to 71777. Do it right now. If you want to do more, you can do 10, 15, 50, 100. If you want to do 25,000, you can go right ahead and do it. You can do it.
Match Boyd.
That's right. WINGS15 71777. But better yet, Bill, you like to shop at Kroger's and tell them how they can earn gas points and donate to the Dragonfly Foundation all in one big swoop.
Yeah, Gary, I appreciate you asking me. Yeah. Hey, Gary, sorry about that. I just was interrupted by a friend that ran into somebody from my high school classmates. But yes, I'm at Kroger probably 4 times a week because being an Italian kid, we like to go to the market every day and get everything fresh to cook it up. And when I'm at Kroger, what I like to do is just use the Kroger Rewards Plus card. I've linked that up to the Dragonfly Foundation, so every time I swipe my card, Gary, just like you, we get a receipt that says, thank you, you just made a donation to the Dragonfly Foundation, and it doesn't cost you an extra dime.
Right. I do the same thing when I shop on Amazon. Instead of going to Amazon Prime, I go to Amazon Smiles, and after my shopping experience, I get a nice little message that says, you made a difference. Because I designated the Dragonfly Foundation as my charity of choice on their organization, Amazon Smiles, and it's automatic, doesn't cost me a dime more, and they give millions and millions of dollars to nonprofits all around the world every year.
Yeah, Gary, last time I checked, Amazon was upwards of $300 million a year of charitable donations.
Wow.
So that's incredible.
Yep. And, a lot of companies jump on board to help out. The Texas Roadhouse, we were there Wednesday night. We had 18 of my friends and family were all there, and 10% of our entire check went to the Dragonfly Foundation. They do that every first Wednesday. We've got companies like Boyd Gaming in Belterra Park, or you, ladies and gentlemen, with your smart device. Just text the word WINGS15 to 71777 and just donate $5 because $5 is just as important as that $25,000 gift. If everybody jumps on, does their part, it really works out. It's great. So let's see what else is going on. You can go to dragonfly.org. They got a great website, They have all their events on there. And for January, Altered State in Kenwood is still on Mondays giving back to the Dragonfly Foundation. I think they're giving 10% of all their sales to the Dragonfly Foundation every Monday from 10 to 8. So there you go.
That's exactly right, Gary. So please support Altered State. And the last thing I'd like to mention, Gary, is if anyone would like to get involved with the Dragonfly themselves, or if you would like your company of any size to partner with the Dragonfly Foundation to set up an event, just reach out to me. And the easiest way to reach me is to just reach out to you, because you do a great job of relaying information to me. So if you reach out to Gary, I'd be happy to meet you for a cup of coffee, buy you lunch, and talk about the Dragonfly Foundation. We're always looking for more help.
There you go. Well, we're just about out of time for today. Thanks to all who listened and those who watched on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And for my guest, Jason Lefker, the COO for Junk King. Give them a call today and reclaim your garage, basement, and attic space. Please remember, I am a realtor, a certified residential specialist, and a senior real estate specialist. I do all this so I can help you. Just call me at 513-777-2402. You can find me online at rockandrollgary.realtor. Always, always hug your kids. Call your parents and siblings regularly. Kiss your spouse every day, and stay safe out there. Stepping into the studio live is Wesley Adams and Max Gunderman on the Car Tech Show, so stay right where you are for that. And then the show, this is Bluestone Ivory's live recorded version of the Chicago hit, Make Me Smile.
Children play in the park, they don't know I'm alone in the dark.
Great show, and if you have any real estate questions, just call me at 513-777-2402 or go to rockandrollrealestateagent.com. Thanks to all my sponsors who make this show possible, as well as Chris and Myles Beersford, brokers of RE/MAX Preferred Group. A special thanks to WDJO station manager Gary Stevens and my producer Dan Gettelfinger. I would also like to shout out to all my clients, friends, family, fans of Bluestone Ivory, the Dragonfly Foundation, and especially my wife Mary Jo. Until next week, keep knocking on my rockin' houses. So long for now.
The preceding program was a paid program. Its views